Howdy, folks. How are y'all doing today? Thank y'all for joining us. This is great. We got a heck of a rootin' tootin' webinar for y'all today. We're going to give some people some time to get in here, but we're super pumped. We're excited. I don't know about y'all, but today you're going to see that I'm joined by our world-class product team today. We're going to be going through some very exciting features to boost your revenue through the summer. While we wait for more people to join, let's do a quick poll. So my friends in the back, in the admin side here, can y'all get the poll up and running? Oh, there it is. Perfect. So quick poll for you folks. What's your top revenue goal this quarter, right? Are we looking to grow memberships? Do you want to increase average spend per visit, reactivate lapsed patients, or launch a new service or treatment? I see the votes coming in. Memberships are heavy. I love it. Wow. Okay, about 80% for memberships. This is great. Awesome, guys. All right. Well, I think we're good on the poll there, team. Love it. Great to see it. Let's see. Okay. And before we dive in, I just want to do a little housekeeping real quick. So I'm going to start sharing my screen here. There we go. Little webinar housekeeping. So I see some familiar names out there. I recognize some of y'all. I've been seeing y'all before. We got some new ones here as well, which I'm very excited about. So if you're new to the webinars, first of all, welcome, guys. Love to see you here, leveling up the business, right? If you're new to our webinar system, which is called Goldcast, here are some features that I want y'all to know about. So all these features can be found in the upper right-hand side of your screen. So first off, the chat, guys. You guys are already killing it in the chat. A guy like me, I like to say, let's keep the chat lit, as the kids say, something like that. Keep the chat lit. Awesome. There we go, Tiffany. Thank you. Also, we have one-on-one direct messaging. So if you want to message us anything directly, feel free to. We'll try to get to it by the end of the webinar. We're going to have some polls like you already saw. Great job on the first poll without me even going through this yet. We're going to have some docs and downloadable content that we're going to be sending out to you guys. And then finally, Q&A. So as we go through this, right, I want you guys, you're going to have questions inevitably, which is great. So send those questions into the Q&A right when they come to you, and we're going to answer them and share them on the screen, talk about them at the end, and that'll be a lot of fun, right? Q&A is fun. All right, how are we feeling, guys? We ready to go? I see Phil out there. What's up, Phil? The Kitty Powers meme. Yep, I'm Big Tex. So a little bit about us. My name is Jeremy Goldsberry. I'm the client marketing manager here at RepeatMD. We're going to talk a little bit about who us are as the hosts, why you're listening to us today. You've probably seen me on a few of these other webinars with our experts before. Why am I in the Texas Get Up? Well, I'm from Texas. They call me Big Tex. I've been with RepeatMD since day one. I've worked in basically every client-facing position we have, and my goal has really just been the same since day one. I want to deliver the most high-performing apps to our clients, supporting you guys with as much value as possible to drive revenue to your business. But enough about me. You know, you're going to see that I love to talk. But let's get to know your other host, Justin. Tell them a little bit about yourself, bud.
Well, thanks, Jeremy. Now, I am not called Big Tex, and I don't have the cool cowboy getup, but I am stoked to be here today with you guys and teach you some more about our product and how to boost your sales. I am a product manager here at RepeatMD. I've been with the business, I think like 4 years, maybe somewhere in there. And you know, my passion is, you know, to help make sure that our product is giving you the tools and the value that you need to be successful with your business, right? And then transfer that to your patients and get them the results they need. So that's me. And with that, pass it over to Christian. Christian, who are you?
Do I need to introduce myself? You already said my name. My name's Christian. I'm a product manager here at RepeatMD, and I've been here for a year now, just coming up on a year. And I would say that even though I'm introduced last, I'm definitely am the best one here. So we're excited to show you some cool stuff and some awesome features to help with your practice.
Guys, I don't know if y'all can tell, but we're a couple of silly geese here. We're going to be a little silly. We're going to try and make this fun for y'all, but we have some really cool stuff to show you as well. So bear with us. It is happy hour after all. So if you guys, you know, grab a little cocktail, have your notepad ready, let's dive in. So let's start with a little question here. Who can tell me in the chat, how much time does it take for a consumer to make that decision to buy? I'll give you all a second to answer in here. Let's see, drum roll, folks. What are we thinking? How long does it take for a consumer to buy? 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 3 minutes. My God, they're thinking. All right, here's the answer, guys. Spoiler alert, it is 2.6 seconds on average, right? In that window, well, hey, that's a short amount of time, guys. If your offer isn't just compelling, fast to access, easy to act on, then hey, they've already moved on, right? That's why it's so important that we want to eliminate that friction. It's so critical because when the moment hits, you need to be ready to convert. We move fast, people. I don't know about y'all, but I wouldn't have half this stuff in my house right now if I truly took the time to think before I purchased. So little story for y'all. The other day, I was just on Amazon randomly. You know how it goes. I saw actually this lovely American Eagle beer funnel. And I instinctively knew that, hey, I gotta have this thing for the 4th of July. I knew two things. All I knew is that I love beer and I love America. Amen, folks. No, just so y'all know, it's quick, right? I didn't think long about it. If I took more than a couple seconds, I wouldn't have that thing here. That's the whole point of the story. So let's keep it moving, Jeremy. Rein it in here a little bit. Another question for you folks in the chat. Tell me, where are most consumers making their purchases? Is it going to be in your store? Is it over the phone? Where are we thinking? Stephanie says online, phones, online apps. Lisa, phone. Okay, great. Well, hey, whoever said phone, mobile, you're right, right? That's the most valuable real estate. We spend the majority of our day on our phones, right? It's no secret that it's the most valuable real estate. A lot of our life is spent here, right? So some quick stats. Number one, average person spends about 4.5 hours per day on their phone. It's the first thing we look at when we wake up, guys. The last thing we look at before we go to bed. I don't know about y'all, but I have to sleep to a podcast. Something going on there. We don't go to the bathroom without it anymore. It's literally an extension of us. So when you look at this over the course of a year, the average American is on their phone for over 2 months' time, right? What's interesting is that 4.5 hours of each day that people are on their phone, well, 88% of that time is on apps, right? So it's really no coincidence here why the biggest brands, the biggest, the best in the world, they're investing heavily into these mobile rewards apps and why many of you have to, right? That's why you're here. So looking at these biggest brands real quick, they discovered this years ago. It's also how they tap into all of our wallets and dominate their markets, right? So few companies, I'm pretty sure I have almost all of these on my phone, but Starbucks, Sephora, Lululemon, Target, Delta, on the surface, nothing in common, right? They all want to get more customers, buy more often, spend more per transaction, same thing that you want for your business. That's why they shifted all of their selling strategies to their mobile apps, right? I know I have at least half of these, right? I'm using them. The same technology that you guys use every single day is what we want to bring to you, into your practice, to your patients, right? If the biggest investor doing it, you ought to be doing it too, right? So with all that being said, what the heck are we covering today, guys? What's the agenda? So lots of cool stuff to go over with y'all today. First, how can we make your mobile app and your memberships work for you? Today's session is going to be all about boosting those sales, right? We're going to walk through how to use these key features with RepeatMDs to boost your sales fast. More importantly, how to make them work for your practice. So Beauty Bank being the first one, we want to drive loyalty, recurring revenue, letting your patients bank their dollars for those future investments, right? That's what's really important. We also want first month free. That's designed to reduce that sign up friction, get more patients into those long-term plans. BXGY, that's gonna be perfect for creating those high value offers, increasing average order value, things like that. Custom plans allowing you to build those personalized, hyper-personalized treatment offers that are going to convert fast, right? So whether you're brand new to, promotions, looking to sharpen your strategy, what I want y'all to leave here today with is just some tactical ideas that you can put right into action right away. So starting with boosting your membership sales. So a year or two ago, if I was on here talking to y'all, I would ask, how many of you are offering memberships in your practice, right? Typically, I'd see probably 20 to 30% of y'all say, yes, I do, right? Now that's completely changed, right? I'd say that's probably about 70% plus. At this point, memberships in the practice, that's essentially table stakes, right? It's a revenue generator that we must have. If you don't have them yet, well, hey, you're here. You're probably going to have them soon, right? So you're in the right place. Once again, we're going to look to the biggest brands in the world to see what they're doing and how they're doing it in a big way. Memberships are everywhere, right? Again, y'all have already seen my Amazon Prime membership in use clearly in action, so we won't talk about that anymore. But we do know that the biggest brands are leveraging their memberships to develop that predictable monthly recurring revenue model, because they know the implications of, hey, what does MRR mean for their company's overall valuation? It means a lot, right? So the fact that they're doing it means that, hey, we need to start doing it too. So that's why it matters to the big companies. But why should memberships really matter to you? So again, if you don't have memberships in your practice, you're new to memberships, this is why it matters. First off, memberships are going to keep your providers' calendars full. That makes them, your providers and your business as happy as can be, right? We want a full calendar. Boosting patient retention. We want to keep the door open, the door to your business, a revolving door, people coming in and out constantly, right? Never having to worry about the exorbitant cost of finding those new patients out there, right? We want them coming back, that patient retention. We want to increase your overall sales. Memberships simply encourage your patients to spend more and do more when they're in there with you. We want to lower your marketing costs, right? Like I mentioned before, higher patient retention. You got your raving fans, they're members. Well, you're going to spend a lot less on marketing to constantly have to chase down and find those new patients to bring into your practice. Finally, financial security, right? This is something that all of you guys deserve, right? That monthly recurring revenue generated by these memberships. Well, they're going to keep your business ahead of the game each month, because you're no longer just starting the month at zero, right? Also, businesses with that monthly recurring revenue, just like I mentioned before, they have a 2 to 3 time valuation than those that don't have that MRR, right? So it's very important when it comes time to sell the business and retire. Well, you want to get a little bit more money, you got to have that MRR, right? So moving on to our best selling membership, right? Because we know the power of memberships now, since we covered all that. Let's give you those cheat codes to get you to the best selling membership, our beauty bank. So to start off, I want to give you guys a little social proof, right? We say it's the best selling, well, prove it, right? So we want to showcase our top selling client, Boxy. Y'all probably heard about Boxy before. They're rock stars, right? It's not some 20 location behemoth, right? Boxy is a single location practice out of Rogers, Arkansas, right? So let's check out their results. So we can see here, Boxy has sold over $1 million in beauty bank memberships. That's right. Literally 100% of their memberships that they've sold, they're purely beauty banks, right? We'll get into the why and how that works here in just a second, but just a little story. When Boxy started with us, they were just a single location practice in Arkansas with a few injectors, right? And well, we just spoke to them the other day. A couple months from now, they've been with us a little over, a year or so. A couple months from now, they're going to be expanding into their second location, right? So great job, Boxy. Round of applause for them. They're crushing it. So let's take a peek at their beauty banks and see why they're crushing it. So we can see their beauty banks here. They offer 3 different levels of their beauty banks with, as you can see, increasing benefits as they go up, right? Boxy's secret sauce. Well, what they do is they offer outstanding value that, solely targeted to their members only, right? This isn't just like the Groupon method where you just try to get everybody in with this crazy offer. No, it's only to their targeted members, again, because that's their raving fan, excuse me. They've leaned into their, creating their community for their members, community that's so enticing that you'd be foolish not to join, right? Stay with me, folks, here. Success leaves clues, right? That's the whole reason why we do these webinars. We want to find those clues. So the biggest clue of all is these 4 pillars of membership success, right? We've broken them down into 4 major pillars, why they're successful. So for all of you folks at home, definitely screenshot this, right? Keep this in mind whenever you build out your own memberships. First being, make it easy to buy. You want to give your patients a really easy way to purchase your memberships anytime, anywhere, hint, hint, mobile app, right? That's what they always have with them. So make it easy to buy. Make the value an absolute no-brainer. Something that Boxy does and many of our most successful practices do whenever they're selling these memberships is that during their patient consultations, if they're checking their patient's chart, they see that, hey, they don't have a membership already. I see this treatment that they're interested in buying. Well, it's featured in our membership benefits, right? We can save them some money. Well, what they do then is they're going to print out 2 separate invoices and walk in the room with them saying, hey, This one, here's the cost of the standard price of your treatment. And then, hey, if you actually have our membership, this is what it would cost you. So they make it real. They put the savings in real time, making the value a no-brainer, showing them both of the invoices, making it just absolutely obvious and why they feel compelled to buy. From there, they train their team to sell the why, right? Our best-selling clients know that their team is the absolute backbone, like to the revenue of their organization, right? So all of their team members are trained on why exactly their memberships are great for their patients. And they train them on how to talk about the memberships, right? A lot like I just mentioned before, right? There's little tips and tricks there. Finally, we want to build and invest in a community. This is what sets a lot of practices apart, right? They know that their community of members, that's everything, right? Again, I keep saying this, you're raving fans. You want to build that raving fan base. It's very important to give your members that world-class experience, like member exclusive events, member exclusive pricing, early access, right? The better you build your community, the more FOMO that gets created for those who aren't members. They see all of these great things you're doing on Instagram, on TikTok, wherever. Like, well, why wasn't I there, right? Oh, I need to buy a membership. Okay, great. That's easy, right? So now that we've talked about the concept of memberships, our best-selling membership, the Beauty Bank, how to be successful with the Beauty Bank, I want to hand it over to my good friend, Christian Karlstrom. He's going to walk y'all through and show y'all how all of you can use Beauty Banks today. CC, take it away.
Thanks, Big Germ. So with Beauty Bank, now this is one of the most powerful tools for creating recurring revenue while giving patients more freedom and flexibility. So think of Beauty Bank as like a digital savings account for treatments. So patients can either auto bank repeat cash monthly or choose whether to bank or redeem a service each cycle. So it's flexible for them and profitable for you. Best of all, it's not just like a marketing play, it's a retention engine. And the more patients save, the more likely there are to return, spend more, and best of all, be loyal to you. So one of the most powerful ways to drive higher patient spend is by encouraging them to build up funds over time. And that's exactly what Beauty Bank enables. Instead of committing to fixed memberships, patients can deposit money into their accounts when it works for them and use it how and when they choose. And the flexibility builds trust while also naturally leading to larger purchases down the road. So especially for those higher value treatments, they might otherwise hesitate at first. They can save towards that and spend. So it's also a way to boost retention. So when patients have repeat cash, they have bank cash, enticing them to return and to spend into your practice. So 3 months down the road, they're saving that money, they're driving that high purchase value, and then they're coming back into your practice. So instead of relying on discounts or one-off treatments to engage in those patients, you're building that long-term patient loyalty and increasing lifetime value. So I want to showcase a little demo for this. So I'm going to share my screen. And I want to walk you through how we're going to set this up.
Pause for dramatization.
Right. All right. Need my notes. Hold on. There we go. So while we're in the admin, we're going to go in here and we're going to create a new membership. Now we are going to make this a Beauty Bank Gold. We're going to say this is for all locations. We want this to be $200 a month. Let's set that commitment period to be 6 months long. We're going to add a image. And for this description, we want to do something that is going to capture the reader and the person that's actually looking to buy the membership. So let's make it fun. So your personalized beauty savings account with a Beauty Bank membership, your monthly payment turns into credit that you can use towards any of your treatments and services. So we capture them and bring them in. Similar to what Boxy had, let's do some included treatments. So let's do some Botox. We're going to add the treatment group name, select a treatment, Botox, and they're going to get that sign up, and they're going to get that every 1 month. And then save and add to membership. From there, we want to do a sign up bonus, and like no brainer. Let's just entice them even more through a sign up. So for this, let's do sign up now to get B12 shot. And then I'm going to add a B12 shot on here and add that membership. And you know else what we're going to do? Let's do a milestone. So after they reach a certain period, let's add something even more. So let's do Myers IV here. I want to add the Myers. Get that, and then save and add to membership. And then I'm going to save new membership. And that's it. That's how you set up a membership.
I love it.
So thank you, Jeremy. So now that you've seen Beauty Bank and the results that you can have in your practice and how you can set it up just easy, just like that, I want to pass it over to Justin to walk through a new feature designed to help you level up your membership and get your patients on board faster. Justin, can you take us away?
CC, can you stop sharing, please?
Maybe.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for deciding to stop sharing, CC, and letting me have my deck back so I could remember what I'm talking about. But yeah, so, beauty banks, I don't have to say anything there. CC covered it really well. But, beauty banks are great for, the membership, getting the value out of it. But, those of you guys out there that don't have memberships yet, or maybe you're just launching memberships, or, well, even those of you that have had memberships for a while, what kind of one of the challenges with memberships is actually getting people to buy them. Right. So CC walked us through making sure that the value is there. Jeremy explained the 4 tenets of building a solid membership. And this newest feature is going to really help you just launch these memberships very strong, get those signups very quickly, and just start on the right foot. So this new feature, it's called First Month Free Memberships, which I'll admit probably doesn't roll off the tongue too well, but very clear what it is, right? So we're helping you supercharge your membership signups because now you can actually offer the first month of any membership free of charge to a patient, right? So you've already been able to discount it, 50% off, things like that, but it doesn't have the same effect as free. I don't know, Jeremy, you're a big, you're a discount guy, huh? Well, actually, that sounds really bad. You're not a discount guy. But if I tell you something,
guy.
If I tell you something's free, if I tell you something's 50% off, which one's more attractive to you?
Shoot, boy, I want it free.
Yeah, wow, fancy that. Not only Jeremy, your patients as well, right? Free is powerful. Without discounting your brand, because we're talking about a membership, right? Hey, I want you to try this. I want to make sure it's a good fit for you before you commit to it. And so, again, what this feature is, you get the first month free of any membership, which is really strong for helping convert those new patients into the memberships, right? Maybe they're on the fence. This is that little shove to push them off the fence and into your practice's welcoming arms. So gets them in fast, helps drive that recurring revenue. And, really to make the most of this, which I'm going to talk through this, I'm about to do a demo here in a moment, but, only a couple considerations. Should only use this on memberships with a commitment length of 2 or more months. If you're not familiar with commitment length, it's, hey, when I sign up for this, how long do I have to be a member before I cancel? 2 months or longer is the only way I would recommend using this. If it's just 1 month, there's nothing stopping them from canceling. So an important thing to be aware of, right? Want to keep them on for that second month so we get that renewal. Some other considerations, memberships cannot be combined with treatments or packages when we're configuring this discount, which I'll talk through here in a moment. Just a very confusing experience for your patients. And then lastly, patients are required to enter their payment information to take advantage of this free membership, right? We need that payment information so that we can make sure that we bill them on the second month, which is not free, right? So with that, I'm going to go ahead and hop into a quick demo here for you guys. Jeremy, how do I pull the slides off of here?
I got you.
Thanks, buddy. All right. So we are in the admin portal here now, and I'm on the special offers page. So hopefully you guys are pretty familiar with your page or with this page, but if you're not, special offers right there in the Med Commerce engine. And, before we dive into this, I like to tell a story when I do the demos. So, let's pretend, hey, we just build a bunch of new memberships. We'll keep it nice and simple. Build a bunch of new memberships. We want to get them out there. We want people to sign up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a special offer. And then let me go ahead and copy and paste stuff in here, because I'll tell you guys, I'm one of those people that cannot type and talk at the same time. But we've got our special offer here. It is in-app, meaning that it applies to purchases in the app. And then we have public visibility. We want this to be available at all of our locations. And then we're just going to add in, our promotional stuff here, right? So become a member and your first month is on us. Let's add a quick preview headline here. Exclusive savings, monthly treatments, and more, free for your first month of membership. I'll add a little image for this discount. Here we go. And so that's the basics of creating your special offer. But here's where we really get into the first month free stuff. We're going to pick free service as our discount type. And then we do have the ability to be flexible here, right? Maybe it's a specific membership that we're wanting to promote, or all memberships. But for this, we're going to do a choose from, right? So they get to choose one of these memberships to try for a month. Go in here and select our memberships. Let's do gold. We'll add another membership here, silver. I don't want to add platinum though. My margins on platinum, not something I want to be giving away for free. I want to reserve that to be really something elite for my patients. So I'm going to add all my other memberships, and you can choose which ones. Again, you'll notice here when I went to add, I can only add memberships because I've configured memberships here. Again, if you include a treatment or a package in your free service, you won't be able to add a membership because we don't want to confuse your patients. So I've added my memberships. We just need to add a promo code here. We'll call this July 2025. Very imaginative, I know. And let's go ahead and set this for the entire month. Okay, so that's it. I've configured my discount for the membership. Super easy. I can add a disclaimer if I want, but something I really want to lean on here is getting the word out, right? Because if I just create the special offer, it's in the app, people will see it whenever they sign in, but I want to go beyond that, right? I don't want to count on them to open the app to see this. I want to be proactive. So I'm also going to create a text message to announce this. So, this is one that I did not pre-write a message for, so you guys are gonna have to bear with me while I type it out. We'll do free month of membership.
How embarrassing.
I know, it's the worst. Any membership and save big time. So.
Wow, great message.
It's a very good message. If you guys can't tell, copywriting is not my strong suit, but this serves the purpose here. So, let's go ahead and insert the promo code there. So now we've added the promo code. Again, when they go into the app, it is automatically applied to their cart. They'll see it everywhere, but we'll put the promo code in there just for fun. And so we've got our campaign. I wanted to send it to all of my locations. Now, something we talked about in the kind of pro tips page, we can choose who gets this, right? Maybe I already have some members. I don't want to blow them up with messages that aren't necessarily relevant to them. So instead of sending it to patients with active memberships, I'm just going to send it to patients without active memberships, right? And I don't want to send it right now. It's a little late. Instead, I'm going to pick, prime time. Let's do Friday, 12 p.m. Noon is a perfect time to send it. I save my text message, so now I know that's going to go out tomorrow at noon. And then I've created my offer. So took a little bit longer because I was walking through everything, but that's how you do it. Very straightforward. Let's go ahead and see what this looks like in the app. I come into the Discover screen here. Here we have it. Become a member and your first month's on us. I can learn more about it. I see the different memberships I can apply it to. I've got my little, disclaimers here, so I know that it's the first month of membership only, can only be applied once. And then I pick which membership I want. Let's do the gold. Go ahead and
I love gold.
that. And look, my offer has been redeemed. I go to my cart. I can see I've got my gold membership at $0 instead of $150. It is going to renew at $150, but today I pay nothing, and then I just go through checkout. My payment is saved, and I get this amazing membership and all the savings that come with it.
Wow, talk about making this an absolute no-brainer to sign up.
well, thank you. And so that's the demo there. Let me get the slides pulled back up here, which I hope I'm doing right. Oh, thanks, Jeremy. Lifesaver.
I get you, bud.
Keep it up for Jeremy, guys. What would we do without him? Not only does he look great and he has the cowboy digs, but he saves our lives. So I'll pass it back to him. Go ahead.
Don't worry, bud. Big Tex will wrangle you in, bud. So now back to biz. Now that we've gone through how to boost your membership sales, right? Driving those membership sales, let's talk beyond memberships, right? Let's talk about how we can boost those sales with those targeted special offers and promotions, right? Strategic targeted promotions are going to help you guys really highlight the value of specific treatments and really encourage that fast action from those patients, right? So these next tools will allow you guys to meet your patients right where they are, move those new or underutilized services, and also drive revenue in those moments that matter, right? So if you guys can guess what I'm going to do to showcase this, we're going to go back to the biggest and best brands in the world to guide us, because clearly these guys are converting at a high level. Let's keep using those clues to success, right? So Sephora, a lot of y'all are very familiar with Sephora, case in point. This approach isn't just used in just this big retail space. It's really core to Sephora's digital in-app strategy, right? So they'll run things like buy 3, get 1 free, spend $75 in skincare, get a free skincare kit, right? Something along those lines. That helps them drive volume and reward the action that their patients are taking, right? You can create that same experience with your own services. So tie those free add-ons into dollar amounts or that service quantity, right? We want to promote it like a high-end beauty brand, right? And for maybe wellness practices or dental practices, shoot, you guys can use this too. So examples like buy an IV drip and get a B12 shot on us, right? Or for a dental practice, prepay 3 dental visits and get a complimentary whitening kit, right? Something along those lines, right? You're getting them to take that action and reward them for that action, right? Everyone loves thinking that they get something for free, right? BOGO works because it taps into that consumer's desire for that value by offering, something extra for free, right? Which really increases their perceived savings and encourages them to, increase their spend or take faster action, right? So I'm going to one more time pass the old ball over to my friend Cece here. He's going to walk, all of you fine folks through this new feature. So Cece, take it away.
Thank you, Jeremy. Sorry, I was a little bit delayed. I had to come all the way to New York from you in Texas. So let's start with BXGY. So BXGY is that tool to when you want to increase the size of each patient transaction. So by creating those high value offers that ultimately drives higher average order value. So whether it's spend $500, get a free facial, buy 2 syringes, get 1 free, you can now create those offers that reward that spending behavior. So this is perfect way to bundle popular services, to drive cross-sell, or introduce patients to new services that they haven't even tried. So it's a simple setup, it's clear to the patient, and effective at nudging higher value purchases. So if you want to incentivize that higher spending, BXGY promotions are perfect for you. And they're perfect for those short-term campaigns. It could just be something 2 days that you want to run over the weekend, and you can do that. You can set it up as a limited time special offer, or use this tactic before the holiday weekends, seasonal events, or even to promote new services that just launch. So this is a tool really designed to help you run smarter promotions, increase transaction size, and boost overall patient engagement without adding any extra complexity, especially since redemptions are simplified with the automatic in-app redemption. So with this one, I'm actually going to show you guys how to set up on admin. And I do want to show you guys on the patient experience of how it looks like to them and how easy it is when they're actually adding in that offer to their cart.
Share away, my friend.
Thank you. All right.
Always keeps us waiting, huh, Cece? You got to build tension. I like your flow.
Yeah, I told you I was the best for a reason. All right, so create a new special offer. We're going to do in-app, public. We're going to do a title. So let's do get one on us. All right. Offer preview text, limited time offer. Come get it. All right. And then let's add an image here. We're going to do here. And then we're going to add a buy XY, and let's do, buy two, and let's do a facial. And we're going to do a hydrofacial, because who doesn't like a hydrofacial? And one hydrofacial as a gift. And also on here, we have the set maximum number of uses per order. So now with buy XY, you can limit how many times someone actually can apply an offer in their cart. So whether it's once, twice, 3 times, you have that flexibility within the admin portal to actually set that up. We'll add that promo code, buy XY. Let's do here, offer window. We're going to do limited time, and then this is optional if you really want to, and then we're actually going to create that offer. So now on the actual patient side, okay? So we really talked about, like, we want to make it really easy for the patient to buy. We're going back to that, like, 2 seconds that Jeremy had talked about earlier, right? No brainer. Click it, move forward, in their cart, checkout, okay? So here, we're going to go to the discover page, and I see that get one on us. We just made that. I'm going to apply the offer to cart, continue to carts, and that's it. The offer's there in their carts, and they can purchase and move forward.
Wow,
that's all I have to provide you. Yeah, right. Like, where's the drum roll? Where's the confetti? Woo!
We need effects. Okay. What do we gold cap? Give us some effects here.
Yeah, right. All right, so that's it. So I'm gonna transition this over to Justin. Justin, ready? Okay. No? Okay.
Thanks for handing it over, but if you could stop sharing your screen, that would be rad. Awesome. So yeah, we've talked memberships, we've talked kind of these new special offers. Now what we're going to talk about is what we like to call the ultimate consultation tool, right? So we've got special offers, we've got memberships, but another way that you can really just boost sales is using the feature called custom plans. So you guys, if you've been on these webinars before, you may have seen me talk about this in the past, but custom plans is a feature that we released towards the end of last year that really, I'm gonna get more into custom plans here in a moment, but let's just talk about why this is important, right? Since we released this last year, there's been over 32,000 custom plans created by clients like yourselves, and from those plans, it's generated over $20 million in revenue, again, for clients like yourself. So the people that are using this, it is working very well, and that goes to our title there: more personalized, more purchased, right? You're starting to see this more and more as technology advances, AI is out there, everything is personalized, right? Everything that comes to your email, your text messages, your push notifications, everything is personalized. And there's nowhere where that's more valid than, with you and your business, right? The same things don't work for every patient. Everybody's different. You want them to get their best results. You're going to give them personalized treatment. And that's what they're looking for, right? So anyways, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here. Let's talk about some more numbers, right? 78% of purchase plans are financed with Affirm. So custom plans, you get your plan, you can buy it outright, or you can finance it with Affirm, and the average order value there is $2,600 financed with Affirm. Now, I will say that we've seen numbers as high as, I think, like $20,000 to $25,000 that's been financed through Affirm for a custom plan. I believe that was a dental client. So if I've got any dentists on here, works whether you're selling Botox or whether you're selling veneers, custom plans move the needle for you. And then also 95% of purchase plans are bought within 60 minutes of creation, right? So we're talking about boosting your sales fast. People are coming into consultation, they're getting these custom plans and they're buying them, basically before they walk out the door. Or maybe they're walking out the door and they're sitting in their car in the parking lot and they're, taking action on these things. So the numbers are there. This is working for clients like yourselves. But if you've never heard of custom plans, we should probably talk about that. So custom plans, again, we call it the ultimate consultation tool now in your toolbox, but it allows you to create these fully customized treatment plans for individual patients, right? So you tailor it to them, personalize upsells, right? What is the stuff that's going to get them the results that they need? Makes it way easier to recommend those add-ons. And when you create these custom plans, they're texted directly to your patient to purchase or finance. Now, one thing I want to call out there, this isn't just for your patients that have signed up for your app. You can send a custom plan to any patient. So every consultation you have, you can create a custom plan for that patient. And if they haven't heard of your app, they get the text message either way, and they create an account whenever they purchase, right? So not only are you selling them those services that they need, you're also locking them in for future exposure to your brand, right? They'll see your promotions, they'll get your text messages. Now they're interacting with you on a much more personal level. And then also, fantastic for reactivating those lapsed patients or those warm leads, right? People come into the consultation, they're like, oh, maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't. I'm not so sure. How will my spouse react when they see this on my bank account? Hopefully I've got a beauty bank, so a little bit easier for me to, kind of disguise these purchases, but maybe that's just me and my spouse. But anyways, we'll dive into it here. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the demo here. And I will apologize, guys. The last time I demoed, my computer really did not like it and I had to drop, but I'm hoping that we'll have a little bit more luck this time around.
You got this. Come on. You got this.
I believe it. Hey, here we go. All right. So let me go ahead and get our platform pulled up here. And again, if you guys are not familiar with your admin portal, this is the admin portal. This is where all the magic happens, on the practice side of things. I'm just going to custom plans. So we've got the page here. I can see all the custom plans that have ever been created on my platform, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to create a new one. So just going to create a new custom plan here. And again, we have the ability to send it to new clients or existing clients. For the sake of time here, we're just going to send it to an existing client. We're going to send it to myself.
No, make me a plan.
No, I'm sending it to myself. So we've got it. We're going to add a name for the plan. And one thing I always call out here, guys, everything that we're entering in on this form is visible to your clients. So just keep that in mind. Give it a good name, add the patient's name into it. That extra degree of personalization really helps sell it. And then what's included, this is what's included in the plan, right? So what services, procedures, products, whatever we want to put here. So we're going to base this off of a recent treatment plan that I got from a client. I need 40 units of Daxify, because I can't afford the Botox. I don't have the membership, but 40 units of Daxify either way, 3 skin pin microneedling treatments, and let's do an Elastin Illuminate brightening serum. So this is what I'm going to get as the patient. I go ahead and set my price here. So again, maybe this is somebody first time, we're going to give it to them at line, or maybe it's somebody who spends a lot of money with you. You can customize this price to personalize that experience, right? Maybe we give them a little bit of discount. So we'll call this $1,300 and then the expiration date. Now I'm going to talk about this a little bit more once we go back into the deck, but the expiration date is a kind of sneaky tool in your toolbox. All right. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute, but today is the 10th. Let's go ahead and give myself, a nice even week to purchase this. And then I click create and send plan. I have a second to just double check, make sure I put everything in here right, which by the way, these can be edited. So if you do have a typo, not the end of the world, you can fix it. But I'm going to agree. I have now created and sent this plan. If I could screen share, I'd show you guys on my phone. That text message just came through. But let's go ahead and see what this looks like as a client. Oops, click the wrong button there. I'll go to the client profile. We're going to view the app as me. And so now I'm in the app. If I go to my cart here.
Oh, wait, hold on a second, Justin. Share the new screen, new tab.
Thank you.
I got you.
And guys got my back. So here we are. Okay, let's pretend like we just opened the link from the text message. Now I'm in the app. When I do click that link, it does take me straight to the cart. So I'm in the cart. I see Justin's plan here. I see my price. I see that juicy $65 a month using Affirm. I see exactly what's included, where I'm booking these services, when, how long I have to create it, and that price. So I see everything I need here. I can go ahead and check out, which point, I put in my, oh, actually we have a discount available. Great, why not? Let's go ahead and apply that. And now when I go to checkout, I can buy this using credit card, debit card, Apple Pay, all that good stuff, or Affirm. So that is custom plans. Very straightforward, very simple, but very powerful. So we can go ahead and get the deck pulled back up there, Jeremy. Thank you, sir. And that takes us into kind of our best practices with custom plans, right? So I showed you guys the expiration in there when we were making it. Use that expiration, right? That's going to drive urgency with your patients. That's going to make this something that I need to think about versus something I can think about later, right? So, Jeremy, I create a custom plan for you. I tell you, you've got a month to decide.
I mean,
about that custom plan. When are you thinking about buying that?
I mean, I'll probably take at least 29 days. If not, I'll just forget about it altogether. I probably won't buy it. Right.
I feel like we're extending out that 2.6 seconds to 26.6 days. So use the expiration to your advantage. If we set it for a week, Jeremy, hey, you got a week to buy this. This guy's thinking about it, and probably taking action within a couple of days, right? Again,
I'm going to get.
That's right. So 95% of plans are purchased within an hour. Keeping that availability short is going to make people act on it. Okay. And then, as you guys saw, I went to checkout and I had a reward available. In this case, it was a retention offer. It gave me $25 off my custom plan. You can set up discounts for custom plans through rewards, through special offers. There's a bunch of ways to get those savings. And, if we do set it up through a reward, I unlock a reward that's, hey, $50 off a custom plan. Well, you bet I'm calling your practice. I'm saying, hey, I got $50 off this thing. Let me get something scheduled. I'm coming in for a consultation. Now I'm getting the super cool custom plan and I'm getting money off the top of it. So just adding on to that fuel to make the purchase. And then lastly, use custom plans during the consultation to reduce drop off and drive same day purchases. People buy them quick. They're really easy to make. Use them in the consultation for people that have RepeatMD, don't have RepeatMD. Either way, you're getting it out there to them, and it's something that's on their phone, which is the most valuable real estate and where they're spending a third of their day. So, that's really the power of custom plans there. There's one. Yeah, that's it. I felt like I had another thought there, but
get it out, bud. If you want to say something, say something.
That's it. That's all I got there.
You want me to take the reins back, bud?
Go ahead.
All right, I got you. All right. Well, sorry, guys. We like to have a little fun here. But Justin, Christian, absolutely amazing stuff. Thank you guys for just walking us through all these great new features. I hope you guys are excited to use those features. So these tools that we showed you guys, they're not just this nice thing to have. What they're really designed to do is just move the needle on revenue for patient engagement, building that patient retention, driving revenue, right? That's what we want here. Now, whether you want to launch a limited time offer, increase membership signups, or just convert them, to convert the warm leads, right? Like Justin was just talking about, our special offers put those really powerful levers at your fingertips, right in your admin panel, ready to use anytime, right? So if you take one big thing away from today, just start testing these, play around with them a little bit, right? Promotions don't have to be this big, scary, complex thing, but they should always be intentional, right? So have your intention there, play around with them. You've got the tools to, go fast and use these, right? Now, I want to give you all a little sneak peek, something that some of y'all might know about, but, maybe not all. If y'all loved all these features that we covered today, then I know you're going to be stoked about what's coming next, right? And at RepeatMD, we want to not only just keep you excited, but keep you in the know. We're an open book here. We're not trying to hide anything. We want y'all to know what's coming in the future, right? So Justin, do me one last favor here. Tell them a little bit about the product roadmap.
Yeah, no, super easy. So I'm pretty sure we're going to get the link into the chat here so you guys can just click into it and be right there on the public roadmap. But what this is this is a way, for us to really hear you and understand what is most important to you in your business, right? What are these things that are really going to help you succeed? What matters most to your patients? What's going to give them the best experience? You can go onto our public roadmap page. You can see everything that we're working on, the things that we're beta testing, the things that we have planned for the future. And one of the things I think is the most exciting is the wish list feature. So you can go on there, and if you have an idea, you can put it in. You can put it in on our roadmap. It goes straight to Christian, myself, the rest of the product team. We get to see your feedback directly, and that helps influence what we build, right? You guys tell us what you need, and we make it happen. So you can put your ideas on there. Other clients can come in, they can vote on it. You guys can kind of crowdsource what we build next to help you succeed. So that's the public roadmap there. Again, I think let's go ahead and we do have the link there. Thanks, Noel. But yeah, we've got that there that you can always see what's coming and help influence the future of what we put together for you and your patients.
I mean, how great is that, guys? I will say it's something that I'm very proud about at working at RepeatMD is literally our best features are just these great ideas that you guys come to us with, right? It's really great to see like you guys give us something and we put it into action, right? And then y'all are loving it. So keep it coming. We want to build everything that we possibly can for y'all. So next, a couple of things I just want to remind y'all about. If you don't know, if y'all had fun today, boy, do I have some good news for you, right? We have plenty of more master classes for you guys to join in on. Best part is we've gathered the absolute best minds in the industry. No additional cost to you if you're a RepeatMD client. You get access to these industry experts, right? Most of our experts would typically charge around up to $2,000 an hour just to have an hour-long chat with you, right? As a RepeatMD client, you get access to them in our master classes, no additional cost, right? However, I do have a couple additional bonuses for y'all. White glove e-commerce promos, right? So if you guys, as a business owner, we know that y'all have a ton going on all the time. It's really easy to get behind on the upcoming seasonal promotions. The months sneak up on you. We got you. So we have a full team to help you guys with these promotions. You can easily just opt into just maybe one or two of them, or you can opt into all of them for the entire year, right? Before each promotion, we're going to get in contact with you guys to give you all the details, then get that thing set up in your app for you with no extra cost or extra time spent, right? We just want to make it as easy as possible for you. We also have some gifts for you today, right? We want to make sure we give you guys some really great resources to throw your way. Our final bonus is we're going to be sending you guys an email with these killer resources that you see here. They're really just built to drive and boost your membership sales and really help you guys have that really effective revenue driving app. And if you're not a RepeatMD client, well, what are you doing, man? Come on, scan that QR code, book a demo with us. I'm hoping you had a fun time with us today. I really hope that you feel inspired to, take your practice to the next level. So scan that QR code, guys. If you're not a client, book that demo with us. And then that way we can get you, set up and on the road moving forward with us. So we'll send out this email tomorrow, just so you guys are aware. Please be on the lookout for it. You can search like in your email, sell more with RepeatMD gifts to find it. And then you'll be easily able to find it and download those PDFs there. Now, couple last things here. Oh, questions, the best part, Q&A, guys. I'm sure you guys had a ton of questions popping in here. So admin team, if y'all want to help me out with some questions and share them on the screen, we can get them going. Unless you guys just answered them all already. Maybe. While we wait on that, I'm gonna run a couple questions by you guys. So Justin, Cece, talk to me. Can I run a buy X to get Y offer for services that have different prices? Is that a thing? Can I do that?
Yeah, you can select what other services that you want in the X and the Y. So I did a facial. You could do a facial with something else. You have that flexibility to choose which service that you want and which the Y is for the reward as well. So yes, you can.
Awesome. Love to hear that. Kyle, I see your question in the chat. Will a recording of this masterclass be available? Had a few of y'all message me that. Yes, a recording will be available. You'll receive an email with it, but also it's always available in your admin panel open up admin, look at the bottom left-hand side under client resources, click on past master classes, and you can find all of them there. Let's see, got another question here. Okay, so Noel, if you can help me out with this question. So then do they get the $100 to use for the first month, or do they just get the discounts? So I'm assuming this is regarding beauty banks, right? Whenever they get that first month of beauty bank free on, let's say, a $100 beauty bank, do they just get the discounts, or do they also get the $100? I can answer that. Yes. So when the first month free, they will get that $100 banked into their account because they signed up for it. They get that month free, and they'll have access to the discounts. Am I correct, guys? Is that right? Okay.
Yes.
Justin, yes, it's shaking his head. Yes.
I was waiting for Christian
Great
to hop
stuff,
in there.
guys. Great stuff. Okay, another question here. What's the best way to promote a first month free membership to new app users? Do you have like a good little method y'all could share with us?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think, almost exactly what I showed you guys in the demo. It's not just creating the special offer, but making sure that you're taking that extra step to promote it, right? People love your brand. They're going to open that app. They're not opening that app every second of every day, right? So get that text message, get them, alerted, right? Like, oh, hey, text message, great. There's a special, right? That's all it takes. That 1 second of doing that extra effort of creating that text message is going to drive people into your app. They're going to see this this offer, and then they'll start joining. So that's what I would say is make sure that you guys are using that built-in text messaging feature of RepeatMD. Send these texts out, right? Send the texts out, draw them into the app, get them to see these promos, because once they get into the app, we kind of take it from there automatically. So that would be my answer there.
Great. We have a few more coming in. Let's see. What % of practice patients actually take time to download the app if they're not using to, help finance a care package? Do we have a rough estimate there?
That's a hard one. I can't think of any stats off the top of my head. I will say that, because there's kind of two experiences with the app, right? They can download it, or they can just access it in a web view, which is usually kind of like the transitionary stage, right? Especially we know the demographics, like some clients are older, they're not big into downloading the apps. I'll tell you guys, like, I go to restaurants and now all the restaurants have them, and they're like, hey, like, download the thing.
I can kind of touch on that a little bit. So what drives that percentage of those practice patients actually signing up is your welcome offer. Is it a compelling enough offer? And two, how are y'all talking about it, right? If you're just saying, hey, welcome to Jeremy's Med Spa, how can I help you, right? That's one way to do it. Or, hey, welcome to Jeremy's Med Spa. Are there any memberships, rewards, or treatment plans that we need to know about today? Memberships, rewards, treatment plans? No, what are you talking about? Oh, scan here and sign up and you get $25 towards your next service, right? So that's what's going to dictate people signing up for your app or just signing up for, let's see, did it kick me off? No, we're still on? Okay, good. Signing up for your app or signing up just for a custom plan, right?
Yeah. If I can tack on there, it looks like we have a related question that came in from Anite Miron. I may mispronounce it. It's Anna. Anna, I am so sorry. I tried my best. Just like Jeremy said, right? Hey, make sure that your staff is talking about it, right? If your front desk person is not asking each person that comes in about the app, like, hey, have you checked in? Have you done this? Like, we have scripts available that we're happy to provide to, better train your teams. Got to be talking about it in the practice, but then take it outside of the practice, right? Put links to your app on social media, put it in your emails. Like, you can put it in your appointment booking emails, even put it everywhere that you are communicating with your clients so that they have that exposure, and they're going to figure it out, right? They're gonna be like, hey, I should download this. Going back to what we were talking about with like beauty banks and just the value of memberships, a lot of our clients only offer, kind of savings and discounts and promotions to their members. So if that's the route that you want to go, you could also do it that way. Like, hey, we just sign up for our app, join a membership. This is where you get all of your things, right? We don't do any sort of like special offers, savings, anything like that, unless you are in the app. And I think I may have misspoke there, whether that's just memberships or just members of the app. There's kind of layers to it.
there's another couple good questions here that I want to get to. I know we're a little bit over, folks, but thanks for hanging out. Y'all are rock stars. Is there anything coming up for a referral bonus for the person sending the referral?
I'll take that. So we actually do have this feature, and it's currently working on by our development team. So the referral aspect of it today, when people are actually sending out a referral, we want to entice them to be like, okay, I'm sending you out a referral and I want to get something back, right? That drives a lot of new patients within your practice. It creates that unique experience where they're like, you know what, I really had something good in the practice, and I want to share it with a friend. So that's coming, and it's coming down the road in a month or two here now.
Well, that's exciting. There you go. Whoever asked that, there you go. So let's see. When they get the free month, will it automatically sign them up for the subsequent month of membership? Yes. So I can actually answer that one. So yes, whenever they sign up with that first month free offer, it's just off of the first month, right? And that's why we recommend only pairing that offer if your membership has a 2-month commitment or longer, right? So typically we'd recommend 3, 4, 6 months for your commitments. But that way, they're locked into the commitment once they sign up, right? It's just that first month is free. And then after that, they'll be paying the full amount, right? It's just to make it a no-brainer to sign up.
Just to add a point of clarity there. Yeah, Jeremy nailed it, but just want to call that out. That commitment length is important, right? If you don't have that commitment length set to 2 months or more, it's not going to automatically charge them after that first month, right? So if you don't have a commitment set, I would not recommend using this promotion because there's really nothing stopping the patient from just canceling the membership, right? So you want to use it for those 2 months on. Again, this is a more targeted promotion than some of our other ones, which are more general use. This one, hey, you want to drive people into your memberships? Let's absolutely do it. But we got to make sure that that membership makes sense, right? So if that's ever something you have a question about, that's something that, us at the product team, our client success team, any of our team here at RepeatMD is happy to help guide you on those sort of decisions.
Awesome, folks. Well, we're over time. I don't want to keep y'all. It's in the evening. Y'all have been absolutely great. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for joining us for this awesome product demo, this product webinar. We'll be doing more of these in the future. Also sign up for our other master classes with our experts. I know y'all will love them too. If you love this, they're way better than us at public speaking. So definitely join those. But yeah, that's about it, folks. We'll be on the lookout for an email with those bonuses that you're receiving tomorrow. And also, if you have any further questions, please reach out to your client success manager. They'll be happy to help you with any questions you might have. But yeah, y'all have a great evening. Thank y'all.
Thank y'all.
Thank you so much.